Hello everyone, Neil Tappin here from Golf Monthly, and welcome to this video in which you're going to find out how to hit it dead straight off the tee. The advice in this video comes from Elliott. He's a PGA pro. His advice is really clear and really simple. If you can put his tips into play, you'll definitely hit a few more fairways. Guys, if you're new to the Golf Monthly channel, please do hit the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any of our videos. Hit the like button if you like what you're watching, and also comment below what do you make of Alex's tips and what's worked for you. We would be interested to hear your thoughts. Let's head out now onto the golf course here at West Hill and find out how to hit the ball dead straight off the tee. Right then, Alex, so this is the fifth hole here at West Hill. It's a par 5, definitely want to hit a long straight drive here. What's the key in terms of the address position? What do I need to be doing at address?
I think predominantly we've got to have a good ball position.
Okay.
Help us hit on the up. Parallel lines with like our shoulders, our hips and our feet as well. That's for me a really important point. And the final thing is just really allowing you to be in a position where we've got the shoulders set to light it on the up. Because with a driver, we know to maximise distance, hit it straighter, potentially to hit it straighter, to hit on the up, it's a little bit easier to do that.
Okay, fine. So in terms of alignment then,
okay.
We're talking, what, trying to get two sets of parallel lines?
Yeah, well what I tend to see is as this ball goes up in your stance,
yes.
If you imagine the ball went all the way up here, your shoulders tend to open.
Will open up.
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they get the ball up in their stance, get into that habit of the shoulders being open.
Right, which is interesting because that perhaps leads to the slice that a lot of people, I'm sure, watching this will struggle with. So just be careful when you're moving the ball forward not to open up the shoulders, right?
And I just feel like simply I took my left shoulder, right shoulder back. That's simply what I feel.
So ball up, just inside
your left heel, but just tuck the right shoulder in for a right-handed player. There you go. And that's simple as that, and it just stops them falling out of line. Yeah.
And then you mentioned the tilt on the spine.
Yeah.
So for an iron, you'd be
more closer to neutral. Yeah.
You'd be fine. So you'd be fairly
straight up and down.
With a driver, you need to be a little bit more.
Yeah. Simple terms again. I just like to look for the logo or the spots on the back of the ball, and just by doing that, you're going to get your left shoulder higher than your right for a right-handed player. That's going to help you bottom your arc out before the golf ball, all working towards hitting this ball on the up.
Right, so instead of being like that, it's just being in that position there.
Yeah, it's really nice and simple. Rather than being so specific, let's just go really nice and simple. Right shoulder tucked in, but we could almost look for the spots at the same time.
Right, fine.
So you're killing the two birds with one stone there.
Fine, good. Okay, well, I think I hit one.
Perfect, let's see it. Nice.
Okay, so for part 2, we're going to talk about the curvature that you will, I'm sure, expect to see from your own shot. So whether you hit a fade or a draw, understanding where that comes from in order to also understand how to hit it dead straight. So Alex,
exactly.
Where do those curvatures come from?
I think if we understand that to curve the golf ball, it's a combination of face and path in its simplest terms. So direction the club is swinging in and where the face is pointing will cause your ball to have certain curvature. Okay. In its simplest terms, out to in with a slightly open face will cause the ball to curve left to right for a right-handed player, and in to out will cause the ball to shape right to left with a slightly closed face. Yes. So if you can understand that, I think it makes it easier.
Is that always, that's pretty much always the case? I mean, I know that there's always going to be an exception. Yeah. There's always someone with an exception out there, but in your coaching, you'd say 99% of the time, 95% of the time. That's...
Apart from with driver, because we've got to talk about strike, which leads us on to the next point. The reason why we're saying what with driver is because there's some amount of gear effect. Yes. So hitting a ball set at the toe, the toe of the club will kick back, the ball will work in the opposite direction. Think of two sets of cogs and gears. Head works one way, ball works the other, causing the ball to move. So it's good,
it brings the ball back in, so you hit it out of the toe, it started out to the right and then it's drawn back. And
exactly.
The same for the heel.
The same for the heel, it work in the opposite direction. Yes. Because there's some amount of bulge and roll in the face as well. So if we're looking for a dead straight shot and we want to maximise distance, we're looking for a shot that is just above your actual sweet spot on your club.
Now that is the key.
That is the key.
It's easier said than done.
It is.
So how do you go about in practice focusing in and improving that centred strike?
I would use some foot spray. So if we spray some foot spray on there, really nice and simple, pop it on there, and for one, this alerts you to where you're striking it out of. Because a lot of us may not even know where we're striking the driver. Some of us may think about the middle,
Yes.
about the toe,
Yeah,
or heel.
it can be hard to detect exactly where you're striking.
And if you're new to the game, you probably don't have that like feeling or proprioception to realise where it is.
Where you're making contact, yes.
So once you can understand where you're striking it, then you can start to train the opposite, or start to be more focused on striking it out the middle.
Okay, fine. So
No pressure.
spray it on and then hit one, and then we'll see where it's hit.
Right, there we go.
Right, don't look, Alex. Don't look. That's gone dead straight.
Okay.
You have to now tell me where you think you struck
I
it.
reckon that was heel side of middle.
Right, let's take a look.
Oh no. Directly
Well,
out the middle.
that couldn't be more flushed out the middle of the bat.
But if I'm honest, we hit some before, and I'm someone who toes it sometimes, so that helped heel side. But as you can see,
straight out the middle. And ideally, is that perfect, or are you looking to get it a little higher on the face, or is that?
I think
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah. I think if we potentially you could say a little bit higher, but that's pretty good. I'm actually amazed that's out the middle. It felt quite heely.
Now let's say there's somebody out there that's used to hitting shots and seeing the ball coming out of the toe or out of the heel. What can they do? Are they just using this drill to kind of get a feel and they'll be able to make those adjustments themselves, or is there anything they can do to train those adjustments?
I would always try and see if you can do it yourself first, because just being aware of it and putting your attention on it may have the desired effect we're after. But again, going back to something that's really simple for you to do, club head down, tee the ball up, and popping 2 tees either side. It's almost like we're swinging through a gate that is just wide enough for the club head.
Yeah, and if you can get that strike flush out the middle and get a good swing path on it, you will hit the ball absolutely dead straight without much curvature at all. Okay, so the final key to talk about is the release, which is a crucial part of the swing, even though by the time you get to the release, you've actually already hit the ball.
Yeah.
Alex, what's the advice here?
Well, the analogy that I would use is, well, most people periodically are slicers of the golf ball. So if we take, imagine our imaginary tennis racket in our hand here, and if we were going to make a tennis slice shot, it would look very much like the motion a lot of the slicers who play golf make. So if we apply that opposite feeling, so if we were trying to swing the golf club more like a forehand, and we could really feel like we got a motion which was more around our body, more feeling like we're hitting bit of topspin on it, that's really going to help us with driver. Bottom of the arc happening before, up and over the golf ball. And more importantly, we get the swing probably actually be more on plane.
Yeah.
Because we've got less of this motion.
Yes.
But also we've got the arms and the body working together through the release.
Why is that important?
Just for me, in terms of face delivery, it makes it a little bit more consistent if we've got the arms and the body working together, a little bit more speed. And finally, if we think about the analogy that I like, imagine a crane and the arm of the crane working independent to the body.
Yeah.
It's always a little bit different every time.
Yes, you need your arms and your body to be working
Yeah,
together.
exactly. And if it's not, it's very hard then to match face and path for me.
Okay.
It makes, because if you've got a body that's not very active, the club's very easy to pass you. And I see this as a lot of slices. The body and the arms, the body's still, arms are working in this motion.
Yeah.
Whereas people that in this
it's a
motion.
really powerful position. Use the body, keep everything in sync. Go on then, let's hit one for us. Show us what that's the slice move looks like again, and what the correct move looks like.
Okay, so imagine this is now our tennis racket. Our slice move would work this motion. Path left, face right. So our version of our forehand would work more in this motion. So if we can match face and path, we've got a better chance of hitting the ball straight, assuming we've got a centre strike.
Okay, go on then, Alex. I want to see the absolute dead straight one now, if you can.
There's no pressure though. So I've done a good go there, if I do say so.
I was going to say I think that's faded a yard or so, but I don't know if it even has. I think it's just gone very
interestingly,
straight.
after the strike, that one's a little bit out the toe.
A fraction out.
So which is why it felt heely to me before.
Yeah. So there you have it. Some really simple and effective advice there from Alex. It's really going to help you set up to your driver a little bit better, and then ensure that when you're hitting the ball, you're hitting it flush out of the middle of the face. If you can then get the release right, you should be able to hit the ball dead straight off the tee. Dead straight off the tee means more fairways found, ultimately better scores. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked the video, please do hit the like button, subscribe to make sure that you don't miss any of our videos, and please also leave some comments below. What do you make of Alex's tips? Have you put them into play in your game? If so, have they worked? We'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.